Imagine a silent, snowy forest in Sweden on Christmas 1938. A 60-year-old woman and her nephew stop in the middle of the snow and sit on a tree stump. They pull small pieces of paper and pencils from their coats. They are about to decipher how to tear apart the fabric of the quantum universe. Lise Meitner was born in the effervescent Vienna of 1878, but the Austro-Hungarian Empire dictated ruthless laws, forcing formal education for girls to end at age 14. Lise did not accept that wall and managed to compress 8 years of missing secondary education into just 2 years of intensive study. At the University of Vienna, she was one of only 3 women studying physics among 300 men. There, her teacher Ludwig Boltzmann instilled in her that science was a sacred battle for ultimate truth. Fueled by that flame, Lise made the bold decision to move to Berlin in 1907. However, she clashed head-on with Prussian patriarchy, which banned her from the laboratories, fearing her long hair would catch fire on the Bunsen burners. She was confined to work in a dark, old carpentry workshop in a basement with no bathrooms. Even in that segregation, she formed an unbeatable team with chemist Otto Hahn, discovering the radioactive element protactinium years later. But Lise wasn't just cold formulas. Facing hardships, she found refuge in Berlin's musical evenings, where Albert Einstein played the violin and she demonstrated her enormous talent on the piano. Music wove deep bonds even in the gloom of the basement. When an experiment was a success, Lise and Hahn celebrated by singing complex Johannes Brahms' Lieder in 2-part harmony. Nazism pulverized that harmony. With the annexation of Austria in 1938, Lise was plunged into the terror of the lethal Nuremberg laws. At almost 60 years old, she had to flee clandestinely to the Netherlands with 2 small suitcases and a hidden diamond ring to bribe Nazi border guards. She ended up in a frigid, bureaucratic exile in Sweden, marginalized, without equipment, and paid like a novice researcher. To top it off, the 1944 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded solely to Otto Hahn for atomic fission, committing a massive fraud by omission. Hahn erased her from history and argued that Meitner's theoretical physics had merely been a hindrance. Armed with the horror of the Holocaust, she replied to him with a devastating letter, accusing him of having shielded the Nazi genocidal machinery with his honorability. All that tragedy brings us back to that snowy stump. Hahn had begged her for help by letter. By bombarding uranium with neutrons, they mysteriously obtained barium, a much lighter element. In that silent forest, Lise conceived the immense uranium nucleus as a spherical drop of liquid. She reasoned that a neutron would make that drop oscillate and elongate until it split in 2, just like a drop of oil in a hot pan. She connected the tiny missing mass with Einstein's equation, calculating a colossal energy release of 200 mega-electron volts. Together, they coined the term by borrowing a word from cell biology. Nuclear fission was born. Years later, when the Allied High Command begged her to join the Manhattan Project to build atomic weapons, her rejection was irrevocable. She flatly stated, "I will have nothing to do with a bomb." She died peacefully in England, just shy of her 90th birthday. Today, the immutable box 109 of the periodic table eternally bears her name, Meitnerium. And on her grave, under the leafy shade of an oak tree, an epitaph reminds us of the primordial truth of this giant. Lise Meitner, a physicist who never lost her humanity. We are Amautas,